Ready?
All right, welcome back, everybody. Brewboyzz podcast, but this time it's the round table. We have Cameron, Michael, Matt, Devin. Everybody's got a beer. We're all going to try our beers, talk about our beers, and also everybody's going to rate each other's beer. And we're just going to talk about the brewery, if we've been there, if we haven't been there. We're going to talk about the times that we have been, but not Brewboyzz related, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to start with Cameron here, and why don't you give us a little background about your beer?
All right, man. So I got the Three Daughters Beach Blonde Ale here. It's a blonde ale. It's pretty citrusy, kind of malty, but I think the citrusy kind of helps out the malt, flavors to it. It's really good. I mean, we've been to Three Daughters, not obviously as a group yet, but one of our go-to spots, Three Daughters, downtown St. Pete. They make some great stuff. I don't think anybody here has another Three Daughters beer, but it's very good for a summer, very crushable beer. Still got some hops to it too, if you like a hoppy beer, but on the back end it is very citrusy. So I like it. Let's give it a try. I'll give it a rating, even though I kind of already know what I'm going to rate it, but. I had a burp. I didn't want to. It's good, man. It's mid eights to me. I'm gonna go 8.4 on this one. That's really all I got for the Three Daughters Beach Blonde. So I'll pass it over to Michael here if he wants to go over his.
I got the Florida Ave You're My Boy Blue, one of the best beers in my opinion, just made by Florida Ave, as well as just in general.
It's a flagship, dude. It's a flagship.
What I've tried. It's a blueberry wheat ale. It's perfect between like just drinking on the beach or even just at home and alone. But nothing you can really say about it that's bad. It's
versatile,
sweet. It's got everything you need. But I'll give it a try and let's see. Little bias, but it's a Tampa spot. It's in like Wesley Chapel, Tampa area.
Yep.
They have a tap room downtown Tampa, which is perfect. Give me 9.4. Might be bias. Don't get me wrong, but it's a damn good beer.
It is. It's a very good beer. The My Boy Blue is probably one of the best beers, wheat ale wise, that we've had.
Yeah.
From aroma, from taste, and from crushability of the beer. I mean, you could get a 12-pack of this and drink it in the summer. You can drink it in the winter. You can drink it if you're just got broken up with. You can drink it anytime.
Sad boy hours.
Yeah, you can drink it anytime, and it's just the best.
Yeah.
So let me ask too. So this is the You're My Boy Blue, right? Isn't there
a Big Boy Blue?
A Big Boy Blue?
I was just about to bring that up, which is double the percent, and it tastes exactly the same.
So is it still a wheat or is it an IPA?
See, that's where I was confused because
we had conflicting.
Yeah, it's a double. It has to be a double.
I think it's a double IPA.
Yeah,
and I think that they brew it like a standard. I think they brew it like a standard double IPA, so the IBUs are higher. So the bitterness and the hop, like it's more hoppy, it's more bitter. But I'm pretty sure, and Florida Avenue, you can quote me on this, or don't quote me on this, actually, sorry. Correct me here, but I'm pretty sure that they add the blueberries on the back end to give you the aroma and then give you kind of the blueberry essence, but you still get the bitter hops from the actual like pale ale, the hoppiness of it. I don't know what hops they brew it with or anything, which would be cool if we could interview, and we'll try and get that done, an interview of Florida Ave brewer. Talk about it, but yeah, that's a good beer.
One more thing before I pass it on to Matt. What I like to do personally at home: crack one of these boys open, glass, toss in a couple blueberries.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you can freeze them, even a little better. But me personally, I love doing that. But
now,
Matt,
well, hold on. Do you wait until the blueberries sink to the bottom at the end of the beer to crush the blueberries so they're kind of beer infused per se, or do you crush them while you're drinking the beer if they just happen to slide in?
Depends.
Okay.
If you freeze them, then they float. It's kind of like ice cubes.
Of course.
But if it's not, it's me personally like it's a little savory treat at the end.
Yeah, I'm with
dessert.
you there. I'm with you there. Yep.
That's me. But Matt?
Well, I'm going to stay pretty much in the same area. I'm going to be doing a Florida Passion of the Heights, which is another wheat ale. It's a tropical wheat ale. It's based with like a hibiscus base and lemon, couple other tropical fruits that would fall in there. It's pretty solid. I've had it before, but I'm going to give you a nice taste here. It's always pretty solid. It's like a 8.4, something that you beachside. If you're ever at the beach, poolside, something that's a nice sipper as you're going throughout the day. I'd say similar to your My Boy Blue, but that one's definitely a little bit better. This one's a little bit, if you maybe you got a more full stomach and you're just kind of trying to drink slowly throughout the day. But that's kind of my take on it here.
Yeah, no, Passion of the Heights is definitely also like a flagship of Florida Avenue. I feel like the My Boy Blue, the Luminescence, and Dead Parrot are like the big four from Florida Avenue. And if you buy variety packs from them, I think all four of those are in it. But this is like lemongrass. There's lemongrass in it. There's cinnamon in it, hibiscus, and you get the hibiscus. So when they're brewing, they put the hibiscus at the end for the aroma. So if you smell it, it's like very hibiscus and cinnamon you get on the back end. But when you're drinking it, it's just like this floral. It's like you're drinking a jungle kind of, and it's awesome.
Very tropical.
But we've been drinking this. This was probably like the starter beer if you're into wheat ales and you just want something fruity, something to get going, and you're not big into craft beer. This is the beer to go to, in my opinion. What's your take on it?
Yeah, no, 100%. Like Devin said, I think this was my first craft beer where I was like, shit, craft beer is good,
Yeah.
and from there, you lead in from this kind of wheat ale to more like hoppier wheat ales and like the Big Boy Blue.
Yeah.
If it is a wheat ale, we still need clarification on that, but yeah.
Stay posted.
I mean, Florida Avenue as a whole, I think it's just it's a staple in Florida. They make such good stuff. I think if you're looking to get into craft beer, Florida Avenue is probably, I would say, you need to go to
Yeah.
to check out.
Oh, for sure.
100%. Yeah, definitely.
I guess I'll get going on mine. So I'm kind of going opposite end of the spectrum here as far as light to dark. So this is called a Schwartz beer. This is from Descent Brewing. It's in Leelman, Pinellas Park. It's actually the Brewboyzz first ever in-person tasting that we did was at Descent, with probably one of our top 3 highest scores. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely up there. But yeah, they were gracious enough to host us and bring us out for our first one, which was a shot in the dark for them because you're bringing in a bunch of dudes who, have just been really just doing these things at my apartment and trying to get into craft beer and spread the love of craft beer to all my buddies. And so we did, and here we are. And sorry if you hear whistling, it's my dog crying. And so this is called Eat My Schwartz. And so Schwartz in German is black. That's what it means. So this is actually a black lager. And when you get a brown ale or just any type of like dark beer, you'll get a sort of maltiness, like coffee to it. And when you're drinking this, I mean, it's like coffee in the front, coffee party in the back. Like it's very like malty throughout. This is a lager, so it's bottom fermenting in the tank. So when they're doing the brewing process, all the fermenting happens in the bottom of the tank. And the lagering process, man, I'm trying to remember what they told us. I'm pretty sure it's around 28 days, 21 days until this beer is ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, it is 21 days.
21 days, yeah. 21 days until this beer would be ready to rock and roll. I don't know if that's any different. This is an Oktoberfest beer. I got this mid-September. We're doing this mid-October. And the beer's still unbelievable. I had a couple of them back when I got them, but I was just saving it for a special occasion, and here we are.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a sip. This is actually my first Schwartz beer I've had, so this is going to be very based off of just my taste in general. But I mean, so up front, you don't get the maltiness as much. It's like just very crushable, very just like light on the palate, but once you get into the back end, you get that maltiness, the roastiness of the beer, of the lager. I mean, in my opinion, for a black lager or a Schwartz beer, this would be like a 9.4, 9.3. Wow. This is unbelievable. So Descent Brewing has all sorts of stuff. When we went, they had a raspberry cheesecake stout, I think it was.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Their Dole Whip also unbelievable. Annual pass holder. Very good sour that they have. Also rated in the 9s for us. If anybody else, here, why don't you give us a 10 minutes at the
Devin, I was going to ask you with this darker lager. I know you said it's a black lager because of how dark it is. I guess when it comes to a regular lager and a darker lager for our audience, like somebody that's used to getting something like a Sam Adams at like a bar or something like that, what's the biggest differential and taste to you in those two brackets, I guess?
In my non-brewer opinion, I mean, the biggest difference from like taste and even aroma is the maltiness. So when you're drinking a Sam Adams lager, drinking a Dead Parrot from Florida Avenue, or drinking whatever lager, you have like your typical lager, which is like very, very crushable, very light on the palate. Like you can just slam it, you know, to an extent. This is not so much you can slam it, even though you actually really could slam this because it is so just like, the maltiness doesn't hit you until after, but it's the maltiness and the roastiness of it. It's very much like you get almost coffee vibes from this, which is why I think they call it like a black lager or the Schwarzbier in relativity to your typical lager that you would get Dead Parrot, that you would get Sam Adams, or even the St. Pietian from Grand Central Brewing. All those are very crushable, whereas this is more of like a sipping beer. It's a German style beer. And it's I think it's I think this one's great. And but that's the biggest difference is I think just the roastiness of it. So.
Yeah, I was going to piggyback off that beer, the Schwarzbier too. It almost gives me stout and porter vibes, but not like as harsh almost, you know, like dense. Not as dense for sure. Uh-huh. So if you don't like, if you're not a big stout or porter fan,
let me grab another one.
Yeah. If you're not a big stout or porter fan, you know, maybe they're too dense, they're too heavy for you. This is a beer that you can drink that still gives those same vibes if you like the coffee-esque flavors to it.
I've been on a
so like a lighter, like you're saying, a lighter coffee. So our coffee lovers who aren't necessarily hard beer drinkers would probably love
definitely
this.
Or if you're even a coffee lover and you're like, I like the coffee stouts, but you know they're just so heavy, you know, you can have 2 or 3 of these and get that coffee flavor almost on the back end with the malt to it, but it's still not as heavy as a stout or porter, which I think it's fantastic.
I agree, and now that everybody's tried it, I mean, let's have Cameron try that one too, because he had the bottom of mine that was still warm. That's going to keep drinking, but let's go ahead and have everybody rate it. Michael, you just tried it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean,
your description and then hit it with the rating.
I'm a huge coffee guy. I love coffee, black coffee every morning. When I'm at work, it's always black coffee, and if that's just, I've been on a stout kick. First beer I usually go anywhere, any like brewery, stout immediately.
What's your favorite stout?
Oh, we just went to, where did we just go? Thirsty Buffalo has got this coffee vanilla stout. We're going there next week, but I went
24th.
I went there I think Tuesday of last week, and this thing, it was just, I felt like I was at work drinking it, which is crazy. It's crazy to say. It's coffee vanilla, you know. It was phenomenal. When we go there, you'll see. It's one of my top 3 stouts so far. We've tried. Well, I've tried.
So what are you rating this one? Did you already rate it? I'll rate it while he's giving it another sip. Yeah. Well, when Devin first, it's right here, by the way. Devin goes, he drinks, he goes, here, try it. It's backwash. It's backwash. I took a little bit of sip, but I just had a quick sip. So
it's light. It's light too. It's good.
Right?
I'd go like, I'm on the edge of 8-9, 9-1. Can't go 9-0. Shout out Dave Portnoy. You can't.
Rookie scores.
Yeah, exactly. No rookie scores here. It's good. I do love Descent as well.
It's a lager, though, right?
That's what I'm saying. It's a black for a lager.
A dark lager.
It's a dark lager.
The Schwarzbier is the classification that it would go under, but it is in German. Schwarzbier Schwarz translates to black in German, so it's a black lager.
Okay.
So this I don't think this would fall under your typical light lager. Like this is a different classification than a light lager. This is like
We also had a dark lager at Outcast when we did that podcast.
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
We did.
That was good as well.
Also very good. You got the maltiness from that one.
Yeah.
As well. So
I'll go 8-9.
okay.
It's a solid beer.
It's a very good score. I was going to go 9-1, so
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah, I was gonna go probably 8-7 on that one, just a little bit under, just because lagers for me.
Sorry again. That's my dog. Sorry, Matt. Great beer. Descent Brewing in Lealman. The dog's still screaming, and we're gonna do another roundtable every time we go anywhere. We're gonna do a roundtable, talk about beer, talk about what we're drinking, talk about our recommendations too. I mean, you have 2 Florida Avenue beers here. We haven't been to Three Daughters yet. We're trying to get in. Shout out Three Daughters if you want to get us in there. That'd be great.
Shout out Florida Ave too.
Yeah, shout out Florida Ave. And shout out Descent. Descent was our first one. Took a shot on us and kind of leapfrogged us into everything that we're doing now. Without them, I mean, we would not be where we are now. So shout out Descent. But that's a wrap for the Brewboyzz Roundtable. That's our first one. And
First of many.
Exciting stuff. So we'll be posting these as much as possible just to give you guys an insight into what we like and what we're doing. And that's it. Anybody else got anything to say?
Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
There you go.
That's about it.
Yeah, we'll link all those. And also Thirsty Buffalo on October 24th. We'll be there at 8 p.m. Doing a tasting. We got a cornhole tournament at Outcast Brewing. That's November 17th. $20 a person. Pick your own partner. You can find the link in our bio on Instagram and on our Facebook page as well. So definitely hit us up on those, and we'll see you at Outcast, hopefully, and even Thirsty Buffalo, October 24th.
Yeah. If you just go to our website too, www.brewboyzz.com.
Two Z's.
All of our 2 Z's, yes. 2 Z's. It's got all of our info. You can see our upcoming events. You can register for our events. Check out all the breweries that we went to, all of our past ratings. So, that's about it.
One more thing. If you want merch,
Oh
we got koozies. We got bottles. We got bottle openers, which are somewhere. We got shirts, which are somewhere, but they're on our website, so you can find them there. And we got it all. So hit us up on the website. Look through the website too, because there's so much information on there. As far as you guys go that are watching, you can find all the beer that we drink, the best beer from each brewery. It gives you an insight. And stay tuned for some more stuff that we have in the pipeline right now. They're going to be rolling out either in December or 2025. So peace out, everybody. Appreciate it.